Welcome to She Needs Grit. I'm your host, Samantha Varner, profit coach and founder of She Collective. I now run a successful coaching practice, and I'm here to share all that I've learned through my 14 plus years of experience in financial services, public relations, and profit coaching, so you can apply it to building or renovating your business. Profitable businesses are created with just 4 ingredients: grit, confidence, strategy, and simplicity. This podcast is a combination of conversations with gritty entrepreneurial women and no fluff ways to create profit in your business starting today. If you're ready, grab your caffeine and let's get started. This is Sam Varner, the host of She Needs Grit, and today we're doing the third part of my series in how to get your goal setting done for 2022. I am so excited that you joined me. If you haven't followed along with this series right now in its kind of sequential order, I recommend strongly you go back and listen to the first and the second episode talking all about time and talking about money, because each one of these is going to build on each other, and I want to make sure that you are in a position to get all that you can out of these episodes as we go through it. For those of you that are here following along, thank you so much. I'm so excited to help you work on your 2022 goals. I am astounded that we're at this part of the year, right? We're in December now. Everybody, I'm sure, is super busy with all of the things that December brings. I don't know about the rest of you, but it felt like we went from Thanksgiving break with our kiddos off, and I am like right on the precipice of about to be Christmas break with the kids off as well. I am looking forward to some time with my kiddos that is not that morning rush of trying to find shoes and socks and trumpets and all the things. But I also know that that means a little bit of curtailing on my business time. So it's, a love-hate sort of thing with school holidays. Okay, so let's get started today. Let's talk about the relationship between time and money and why it is so important to know what activities take what amount of time in your business, what things are costing you money and what things are generating you money, and how to build it all together into a bit of a snowball that creates for you the best use of your time in terms of creating dollars into your business. Before we get started in the practicalities of things, I want you to just think about the concept that any result in your business, any monetary result in your business is possible regardless of the amount of time you have to dedicate. I often find that entrepreneurs will stumble around, I don't have enough time. I can't get enough done. I need to spend more time doing X, Y, or Z in order to get there in my business. I can't generate the revenue I want because I don't have time. Now, entrepreneurs have all sorts of reasons why they say that, right? But a lot of it is kind of this concept of time scarcity. The idea that I need to be used to, right? If you lived in a corporate world before this or a job, just a regular job, you know that it was like a time for money transaction. I'm there for 8 hours. I get paid $10 an hour. I make $80. That's it. We're very used to that. And we're used to, most importantly, I think here, we're used to the limits that feels like. I only get paid as much as the hours I put in. I can't get any more. And that there's a limit to how much money I could make per hour. That's all bullshit. Yep, just bullshit. It is a constraint with which we can dismiss that constraint. We can decide that you can make the results you want to make working 5 hours a week in your business or 10 hours a week in your business. Now, does that mean you need to be very, very diligent with your time and not get sucked down the social media rabbit hole? It 100% does, right? There's no time for distractions. If you're going to eliminate those hours, then that's going to mean you need to be focused on your time. I don't know about you guys, but back in the day, I had a corporate job. I've had a number of them. And when I was in the corporate job, there was a whole lot of water cooler conversation, slow back from lunch conversation, desperate requirements for the long walk to the coffee shop in the afternoon on my break. All those things happen, right? And as you guys know, if you are under constraint and you have to get a thing done and you only have 45 minutes to do it, you can get it done. If you give yourself 3 hours to do the same task, it can take you and will take you 3 hours. So I want you to start thinking about your business not from a period of I don't have enough time to get these things done, but instead from I am working in the time I have, and the time I have is exactly enough to get these things done. We can become faster and more efficient at the things in our business if we are motivated to do so. And for me, I am motivated to be able to participate in my kids' after school extracurricular activities. So I wrap my business stuff up. I just do because it's important to me. Also because I'm the chauffeur. So that's important too. But I could say to the kids, I still need to work. Sorry, I guess we can't go to soccer today, or I guess we have to skip jujitsu. They're not going to be happy, but they don't have a choice. But instead, I make the decision that my day wraps up so that I can find the time to do that. That's important to me. That's one of my values is family time. I make sure that I design my business in a way that it cuts off at a certain time so I am available to do those things. I want you guys to start thinking now about that. So we now know how much time it takes us to make money based on how long, when we did our time audit, how long it's taking us to find a client, what clients are generating us income, where are we going to find clients, right? We've taken a look. Are we networking? Are we online? Are we on Instagram? Are we selling at trade shows? What are we doing, right? Everybody's answer to that is going to be different. Then we're taking a look at how much does it cost me to run my business? That's the expense portion of the money audit that we did. So how much money am I making and how much of it is going to expenses? We've now taken the time to determine those two factors. So now we've got all of that. I want you to look and create your actions for next year. So you're going to start by saying, how much time does it take you to create a client? And what actions do you need to do to create a client? For myself, the podcast generates clients for me. So I know that it takes me a certain amount of time to record the podcast, plan out the content for the podcast, get it edited, all the music on it, all that sort of thing, which I have an editor who does that, but that's a money thing, right? So I am changing money for time. I could either edit and do that myself, that would take up my time, or I can get my excellent producer to do that for me. Virginia gets it perfect, gets it all done, and I spend money on that so that I can have the time available for my own activities that I need to be doing. She's much faster. She's an expert. I am not. That is why we do that. And these are the CEO decisions that we make in our lives and in our businesses. If things take you too long to do, you either need to learn how to get faster or you need to outsource it. That's it. That's all, right? Not spending time as the CEO of the business doing the stapling and the paper hole cutting. That doesn't make sense. So now you've evaluated your expenses, you've evaluated your income, you've evaluated where you're coming from, where your money is coming from. Now we're going to double down on how do we create our goals? What is the potential with the actions that we already know to generate revenue? What do we need to do? And how frequently do we need to do it to create that big number of annual revenue you want to hit? That's it. So I'm going to say that again, just so that you can really pay attention. So we now know how much time and what activities it takes to generate revenue from what we've done in the past. We know how much revenue we've created by that number of hours of activity. And we know how much it costs us to keep the lights on. So if you want to make the same amount of money as last year, I want you to duplicate the efforts you put in last year. If you want to double up what your income was for last year, then I want you to look very seriously at the calendar, very seriously at what activities create your revenue, and double them. That's it. It's not an exact science, right? Each one of you has a different business. And as you're sitting here listening to this, you're probably thinking, yeah, but wait, that doesn't really work. Or how would I do that? Part of it is learning how to be more efficient at each stage, right? So if you are doing in-person networking events, and every time that you spend an hour at an in-person networking event, you create a client. Let's just make it really simple, okay? Then you want to create 10 clients a month. So then by that math, you need to go to 10 hours worth of networking events because you know each hour generates you one client. So there are two things you can do for the new year. You can just do that. Just do the math. I need 10 hours of networking. I'm going to find 10 hours of networking. I'm going to go and I shall generate 10 clients. Or you say, I only have 5 hours for networking, which means I need to get better at it, right? I need to figure out how to get faster and more likely that I get 2 clients per hour of networking because I only have 5 hours available. These are all things that are available to you. You can get better. You can get faster. You can get more confident in your conversations. Your closing ratio can get better, but it takes concerted effort to know where do you need to get help? Where do you need help in that process? What is the part that you need to make faster or more efficient or you need to be more confident in? So let's just recap. In order to set your goals for 2022, here's what you need to do. You need to audit your time. You need to evaluate what things you spent time on that generated revenue and how did that actually look. Then you need to audit your money. Where did your revenue come from? What clients? How frequently? Was it repeat clients or brand new clients every single time? That's going to be different for all of you. Then I want you to assess how much time is already allocated in your life to other things that are super valuable. Take that off the table. Okay, so now I have X amount of hours left. I know how much revenue, I know how much expenses I have, and I have my new goal number for the next year. Now it's just a matter of working backwards. This makes me think of my daughter. She's in 8th grade and she's taking 9th grade algebra. And I do feel like it's a lot of formulas. Okay. I hated algebra, just FYI. But she's doing it and she's surviving. So do your algebra, work it backwards. And then my next greatest suggestion, guys, is do not hesitate. If there is an area here that you know you need to get faster at in order to create your goals, that you need to streamline, that you need to renovate a little bit, this is where a coach comes in. This is where you can learn to get faster or better at sales or better at closing or better at social media or better at networking or better at marketing your business. Or you can get somebody to help you with the financial piece of your business and whittling down those expenses, right? It doesn't matter what part of it needs work, but identifying what part of it needs work and putting that on your goal for 2022, I'm going to earn X amount of revenue. I'm going to keep my expenses here, and I am going to get faster at this part of my business and more efficient and more competent. That's how you set your goals for 2022. So I hope that that inspires you to take action and look at your goals from a different perspective, from maybe a perspective that is a little bit more work. It's a little harder. It's a little like, don't just throw a pie in the sky number at the table and call it a goal. It's too hard. It's too hard to hit that goal when you don't even know if it's realistic. And you certainly don't have the structure in place in order to support you hitting that goal. My last word of advice to you is this. Take the time to audit all of these things monthly moving forward. Be willing to have the hard conversations. Is that client worth it? Am I spending as much time as I said I was going to? Are my results a direct reflection of something has changed in my market or I am not working the way that I thought I'd need to? If you audit every month, you can pivot as you need to. You can get help where you need to. You can improve those results. If you wait till the end of the year, it's too late and you're just dealing with the information for 2023. So again, I am so excited that you guys have joined me for this series on setting your goals for 2022. I strongly suggest you go through this action. If you get stumbly at any one of these steps, please send me an email. You know where to get me. It's sam@shecollective.biz. I will get back to you, I promise, and I'll give you some direction as to how to get past this and set those 2022 goals in a way that changes your business. You don't have to work 75 hours to generate that revenue you're looking for. I promise. And I can help you if you're ready to get some coaching on getting those things faster and more efficient and bringing up your competencies so you know you're going to hit the ground running in January. Thanks again for tuning in to all of this series. If you have questions, email me. Otherwise, we will talk soon. Have a great, great holiday. If today's topic is one you know you struggle with, I invite you to book a free profit call with me and share your struggles, your goals, and together we can decide how coaching with me could be the way to shift you into a profit maker. The best way to book this call is either go to Instagram at Samantha N. Varner, that's SAMANTHANVARNER, or go to https://bit.ly/free profit call and book your call today, and let's get you moving towards being a profit maker in your business. Thanks again for joining me, Samantha Varner, in this episode of She Needs Grit. Let's talk shop again soon. If you like this episode, hit follow, share with a friend, and leave me a 5-star review in your podcast app. Every review means other gritty women just like you find the show and grow their profitable business today. I invite you to connect with me on Instagram at Samantha N. Varner, or just pop over to my site at shecollective.biz, and that's .biz with a Z or a Z if you happen to be in Canada. I'll be back next week with more so you can create confidence, clients, and cash in your business with simple strategy and none of the drama.